So just a few months ago, you guys probably remember I started this project, the she shed. The she shed is not done, as you could probably see. We have a little bit of work to do on the outside. But the story behind this is my wife, who I made the she shed for, she changed jobs. And so the timeline changed quite a bit. So the priority came or switched from getting it ready on all perfect to just getting it ready for her to be able to work from, because now she does a lot of work from home. So the changes that I'm about to show you are on the inside. So I guess with that being said, let's go inside. So before we even get inside and venture into this, I want to talk about one of the big things I'm really proud of. This might sound really silly to a lot of you, but you might remember in my first few videos, getting this door open was a royal pain in the butt because of the weight of the door. It wasn't secured on properly, so I had to kind of push it up and in order for it to work, and it just wasn't very fun. But now it opens so smooth, and it just makes me very, very happy. So I guess let's come on in. So the she shed inside. Come on in. Let's just get you inside. Get over there into the corner. Let's just show off what the she shed looks like. So in here, it is quiet. Now, you'll also know it's not done. If you want to just point up to the ceiling there, there's the insulation and the actual ceiling that I need to finish. But we have a green wall. My wife absolutely loves all things green, specifically succulents. She absolutely loves that. So I wanted to give her kind of a fun accent wall. Now, like I said, we're not done here. There's still some work that needs to be done, but I wanted her to have a fun and comfortable place to sit and work and look out the window when she wanted to, and then a spot over here, which I'll turn around to in a little bit, where I'll have my beautiful assistant here turn around and have work capabilities over there as well. Now, the kind of the point behind this was, I know my wife, she works really hard at her job, and she works regular hours pretty much like all of us. So if she has the ability to be more comfortable this way, I thought this was a really, really neat way of A, creating storage down below, and B, having a place for her to kind of just spread out, relax, and just be comfortable. She has shelves here where she can access all the things that she enjoys, and yeah, she can just reach and grab whatever. Now, this is something that she was wanting. She didn't really know anything about what the shed was looking like, but I kind of said, hey, what you want, just tell me and we'll figure out a way to make it work. Now, here we go. The lights. She wanted the lights, and we made the lights work. Now, as you can see here, again, we've got a couple of fake plants hung up. We really like it. She really likes it. And I really like this accent wall. I really like how this turned out. This was something that I kind of put together on the fly just because of the awkward dimensions of the wall. I wasn't really sure how I was going to do it, but like I said, I think it turned out all right. So she has a place here, put her stuff. She also has some hobbies. She likes beading and stuff like that. And so she has this little cart where she can go and grab her beads and do what she wants, whether she wants to do it over here from the comfort of this sort of couch lounger bed thing, or if she wants to do it over at her desk. So let's go ahead and take a look over here. A nice tall desk, a nice tall working area. It was important that we got her some space where she can look out in the yard. She can see what's going on. If I'm out there, she can keep an eye on me, make sure I'm not getting into too much trouble. And yeah, just having a space that she can either A, be a little bit more formal if she's got some meetings, and then B, be a little bit more comfortable when she wants to. Now, we got some shelves up here. Again, you can't really go wrong with the shelves. You can't really have too many. As she spends more time in here, she can fill that up with the stuff that she wants. But she, for right now, has some incense to give her some nice, fresh Zen area or Zen smell. But basically, the idea here is we want her to feel comfortable. I want her to feel like this is her place, and she can get rid of and add things as she pleases. And yeah, I feel like overall with where we are, and again, it's not done, but I feel like with where we are, we're on a really good track. We're on a really good pace. So the next steps over the course of the next couple of weeks. It's going to slow down a little bit now that we're getting into the colder months. But the next steps are going to be to put up the insulation up here and then to cover that up and to make this look a little bit nicer, because right now it looks a little bit um, rustic. We'll just call it rustic. And so I want to get that all closed up and just looking a little bit more finished and put together. And then I've got this last strip up here of the shiplap, and then finish up that last little triangle up there. So we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty tightened up and looking professional. One of the things that we're going to point out here is we now have power. So my wife now in here has an air conditioner unit. It's a little bit loud. I don't know how loud it is on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn that back off. But she has power in here, so she can run whatever sort of power cables, any kind of chargers and stuff in here that she likes. And so she can be out here for as long as needs be. Now, we're a little bit further away from the house. Let's go back outside here a second. We're a little bit further away from the house, so Wi-Fi connectivity is an issue. But as all good things go, you have a solution on the internet. Now, we're going to be purchasing a Wi-Fi range extender for this little she shed. We're going to plug it in, and then that way she's going to be able to have access to good, strong, fast Wi-Fi from out here in the she shed. It's the important things. This is not only a space for her to create and have fun, it's also a working space as well. So this is where we make our money to go and do our grocery shopping. So for the power, let's go ahead and check out the side here. I'm hidden now, but you will see me in just a second. Basically, the thought is very, very simple. If you start hardwiring things in, you have to go to the government, you have to get electricians, and you have to get it brought up to code and spec. Now, I didn't want to deal with all that fuss. I didn't want to deal with all that the headaches. So what I did was I decided to run a very, very long extension cord from the house out along the side of this fence and then have it come up to this. Now what this is nothing special. This is basically a PVC pipe that you can find in any store like a Home Depot or Lowe's. And I basically got one with a lip on the outside. We drilled a hole, we caulked up that lip, and then we basically forced it up and used this brick that you see right here to kind of keep it in place while that caulk started to set up. And then we fed the extension line through. Really simple, really easy, but of course, bugs. We are outside, and when you're outside, there will be bugs. So what we did was we took some expanding foam and we filled that up. That was actually my wife's idea. I was racking my brain for hours and hours and hours trying to figure out, well, how can I get the wire in without getting a bunch of bugs and creepy crawlies in there? Because that's no fun either. So I was standing there at the store for a good half hour. My wife just said, well, why don't you just use foam? And it just kind of dawned on me. I was like, dang. And it was one of those moments where I was like, why didn't I think of that? But I'm really glad we came up with that solution. It's really nice, really simple. And so far, there have not been, to my knowledge, many creepy crawlies. So I think we're in good shape there. So again, the next steps, like I said, are going to be the ceiling. It's going to be getting that insulated. It's going to be getting that kind of buttoned up. And then the little shiplap bits on the side. There's a couple of areas there where we can make some improvements on. And then the outside, the exterior, this is kind of the last bit. The weatherproofing has held up really well. It's held up over the winter. It's held up through the snow, through the rain, through the dust storms. It's done a really, really good job. So I'm happy leaving it just a little bit longer, but it's definitely not going to look like this forever. I want it to look good when you come out and open that door and you come out onto the patio. I want it to look like a nice space and not just a construction zone. So budget and time permitting, that is going to be one of the next things on the agenda. But yeah, you guys have been asking about the she shed for a long time, and I haven't forgotten about it. Like I said, the build happens when the money comes in. If we get a little bit in, we can do a little bit of work on it. As for the update, there were some things I wanted to button up, get it ready for my wife before I got it done, so I hope you guys understand. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. I really love the fact that this project has been something that I've documented from the get-go, from the start, and I'm really glad that I could share this with you guys as well. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Take care and goodbye.